Oh, you have.
So you're supposed to throw it over your shoulder into the well behind you. So I'm gonna see if I can kind of measure it out and do it this way. So we're in Colombia now. Our bags are in Cleveland, which is less cool. So first things first, we were in Koblenz 2 weeks ago, and now we're in Colombia. And I thought I would make an interesting connection there, but I guess there really isn't one. They could not be more different. First and foremost, we're here for our friend's wedding. We met them in Germany. They met in Bogotá, Colombia. One of them is German, one of them is American and Colombian, and now we're all together as best friends in Dusseldorf. Again, not a lot of connections to be made there, but it's interesting. That's like the slogan of my channel. I'm not sure what the point is, but I thought it was worth telling you. So the most important thing on this trip is getting to this wedding, celebrating with our friends, and just making a great memory of it. But along the way, we're gonna show you Bogotá, and maybe, possibly, hopefully, show you a side of Colombia that you did not know was there. Maybe that's too bold of a goal, but we'll take you around. It should be fun. Yeah.
Bogotá is big. I'm talking over 7 million people big. I'm talking Berlin and Paris combined big. And its streets are full of eclectic graffiti, architecture, and characters that I'm itching to see for myself.
So we're staying in an area called Chico, which is like a really nice, really cool area. So the benefit of having friends who are from here was that they could tell us the cool areas to stay, and then also tell us about this mask mandate, because the rules are really strict here. You have to wear masks outside everywhere, basically. So far, I won't say I'm surprised, but I'm very pleased with just like how beautiful of a city it is. It's really, really nice. Amber and I don't typically spend our vacations to new countries going to the mall, but we don't have bags. So
You don't have clothes for the dinner
I don't have
tonight.
clothes for dinner tonight. So that's gonna be a problem.
So, to the store.
If you're keeping track at home, we went all the way around the world to end up at Zara again.
With shopping in hand, we're off to meet up with our friends and get a tour of the city from people who know it firsthand. The actual Colombians of the group have wedding business to see to, so my friend Ruben is today's guide. He's backpacked through South America, lived in Bogotá for 5 years, and by his Colombian wife's words, he's maybe even more Colombian than she is. I think we're in good hands.
All of my YouTube followers have seen Ruben before.
Okay.
At Thanksgiving and other times.
Okay. Never hear
This
them.
is Alex,
Hey.
just met.
What's going on?
That's the
What's going
dude.
on?
Wow, this is crazy.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Monserrate is above 3,000, so it's a good 400 meter. I don't know how many feet that is, but it's high. And people, the crazy fitness obsessed people, they run up Monserrate, or like the stairs in the morning at 5 or 6 a.m.
Really?
Yeah.
That's like just the workout routine.
If you walk, it takes about 40 minutes, and you end up
Up the
tough.
mountain.
Yeah. Like steep stairs, right?
The view from up here ain't bad. But right now, I want to get down on the ground and see what the streets have to offer.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
So good, dude. That's so
Only
good.
juice, no sugar in there.
I know, it's amazing. Fruits and real juice. And then you're just crushing the mango.
It's incredible. Literally.
Just fruit, and it's so good.
This guy knows what he's doing, dude.
So, finishing this off, it's so good. We just pulled over to the side of the road here to hang out for a second, but It's like so fresh. There's no added sugar or anything like that. And everything's just from here, so it just tastes better. Not like that stuff you get back in Germany. Sorry, everybody. I was gonna say, no different in the US.
Quick chat with the locals, and we're off to explore downtown Bogotá. First up is the National Museum of Colombia. We're just stopping by to check out the legendary architecture of this former prison. I gotta say, I love what they've done with the place. I can't believe all those people online were telling me to avoid going to a South American prison. Shows what they know.
So a couple of vegetarian things we brought out here, but then the others, maybe we'll see. We'll see what Ruben thinks about the certain things. You gotta do it for me.
Sounds good.
So fried plantain, just go with a little bit of the avocado guacamole on it. See how that goes. Oh, it's so good. It's like so salty, but the avocado's like really acidic. Like they put a lot of like lemon or lime in it. It's so good.
I can recommend the pork belly. This
Yeah?
is pretty good. Chicharron.
Chicharron. And
Triple fried.
Are you putting any of the triple fried?
They fry it several times. I mean, you can use some lime. You know,
Yeah.
it cuts nicely with the. It works nicely with the fat, obviously.
Let's get a piece with the salsa now.
Do it.
So Ruben was just telling us that this salsa is probably like as hot as it gets in Colombia. It's nice and spicy, but it's still not crazy. And my ignorant ass, I had no idea, you know, coming to South America, I think it's gonna be spicy food. Not that big here, which now you know. I've never been so excited to see 2 beat-up suitcases. If yesterday was any indication, just a taste of Bogotá, then today's gonna be really good.
If you've never been in a Colombian taxi, I do not recommend it. There are 2 speeds, full gas and full brakes. What I can recommend, however, is where we're headed to next. It's one of the most visited places in all of Colombia, if you couldn't tell from the lines. And it's been a place of pilgrimage since before Christians even arrived here. It is Monserrate, over 3,000 meters or 10,000 feet above sea level. And since we ain't pilgrims, we ain't walking.
So we took the train up here, and I'm still winded. I could not be one of those people who makes the pilgrimage from the bottom of the mountain to the top. Because I don't think I would have any breath left to pray when I got up here.
Even if you had breath in your lungs, this view would just take it right away.
You know, just like
You made it.
Let's see. Don't toss it to you.
Not yet?
No, you can toss it, but
Did I get it?
nice and clean. Nice and clean.
Got it.
Jordan.
Jordan.
I can get other people to film me, but I think it's going to be interesting if I try.
Oh, you have.
So you're supposed to throw it over your shoulder
Yeah, exactly.
into the well behind you.
Just a little, exactly.
So I'm going to see if I can kind of measure it out and do it this way. So we took the train up, the cable car down, and now we're walking further down to go see the, I think it's the old estate of Simón Bolívar, who is kind of a hero of Colombian and Bolivian independence. He led and won all the big battles against Spain in the fight for independence here in the north of South America. And I'm gonna stop vlogging now because sometimes the sidewalks can look like that, with no warning.
Here on Simón Bolívar's estate, the pace is, let's say, considerably slower than the rest of Bogotá. And after that high altitude, I'm enjoying a little breather. Of course, we can't come here without talking about the man himself, Simón Bolívar. The man who led Colombia, Venezuela, Ecuador, Panama, Peru, and Bolivia to independence from the Spanish Empire. He also had pretty good taste in architecture. Somebody get HGTV in here. And now it's time to head deep into the vibrant heart of Bogotá, La Candelaria. This is the historic Old Town quarter of Bogotá. Walking through here feels like part art gallery, part acid trip. Like a shared fever dream in the middle of the city. And speaking of dreaming, I think we need a little of Colombia's greatest export to keep us moving.
He's got a cut.
Todavía es muy diferente, pero todavía tienes really good, yeah.
It is mega.
This is amazing, right?
I love sweet, yeah. It's real relaxing this body.
Oh, I've truly never had coffee like that before. I don't think I've ever had, I've never had coffee like this.
I think espresso is pretty close. I'm just kidding. Reach over the table.
Getting coconut.
It is perfect. Oh, totally getting coconut.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe I get the coconut because I'm supposed to.
No,
Yeah, I
I
was saying.
smelled it, and then when you said it, I was like,
You're right. There is something there.
Yes.
I wouldn't have got it by myself.
I'll be the judge of that.
Yeah, you're right.
The guy who knows nothing about coffee.
But that's pretty good.
Okay, it definitely does smell like coconut.
Buttery. I get something buttery as well.
yeah, I get that. Butter.
Oh, for me it's like all
Galletas
butter.
de mantequilla. There you go.
There's-
There you go. Very good.
It's like all butter and then the end is like coconut.
Whether my tasting notes are on point is up for debate. But one thing's for sure. When you come to Varietale, you're in for more than a good cup of coffee. It's a full sensory, educational experience. If La Candelaria is the heart of Bogotá, where we're going next is considered by some as the heart of Colombia itself. Bolívar Square, home to landmarks, protests, politics, and lots of pigeons. Here, you'll find the primatial Cathedral of Bogotá. The Havano Palace, now home to Bogotá City Hall. And the Palace of Justice, destroyed and rebuilt twice over due to violent uprisings and political unrest. The country's brightest and darkest moments feel intertwined here, like a time capsule to the past, present, and future of Colombia.
So walking through this area of like Old Town in Bogota, it's crazy because it just seems like every few blocks you go, you run into just another huge, important milestone in Colombian history, all in one little area. We've walked around for hours and I don't think we've even scratched the surface, honestly.
What you've heard about Colombia might be true, but it also might not be the whole story. This is a huge, diverse place that can't be defined by one Netflix show you watched while you were in your pajamas, or by a YouTuber who's been here for a week. To get it, you've got to come here and see it, and taste it. There's too much beauty, too much culture, too much everything to take anybody else's word for it. You've just got to experience it for yourself.
What happened?
I walked up, we're in this church, beautiful, gorgeous. They have parts that are roped off because like, this is seriously old and we don't need you in here. So I walk up, these two women are talking, speaking Spanish. I don't know Spanish, but I know a few words. And they're like, what do we do? What do we do? I'm like, what do you mean? Look over, there's like the world's oldest organ, like Jesus's organ. This little girl snuck under the ropes, is touching the ancient organ, and has a juice, a fresh squeezed juice on the organ next to her.
Right next to her?
And the two ladies are like, oh my God, do we go in and get her? Like, what do we do? And she's like, yeah. And like, I swear, I laughed. I'm like, I'm not gonna be a part of this. I don't know how to say, I'm not with them in Spanish. So I left.